welcome to All 24 News special interviews or series of interviews dedicated to the Intra-African Trade Fair 2025 hosted by Algeria. We are here today coming to you from the Algiers International Exhibition Center, SAFEX, where this major international or continental event is taking place. Today I am honored to be joined by Mr. Sonny Ojaga, founder of Sahara Farms, Africa's first agri-intelligence platform based in Canary Wharf, London's financial district. So thank you, sir, for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me, Zara.
Thank you. So let's begin with Sahara Farm itself. Could you walk us through it? Like, what is the platform? How did it start, and how does it work?
Thank you, Zara. So Sahara Farm is actually a project that is kind of tied to my personal conviction and my personal belief in Africa in terms of all its vast potential. So Sahara Farm is a 6 years R&D, research and development project. So we only started the deployment of our agri-intelligence technology early this year. So it consists of a deep technology that has to do with agri-intelligence platform that serves the farmers, the institutional investors, and governments on a single unified platform.
Thank you. We know that the world is facing a food crisis, and Africa holds nearly 65% of the world's untapped arable land. So in this context, how can Sahara Farms contribute to preventing such a crisis and securing Africa's food future?
Oh, you are correct, Zara. But I even would like to allow me to return a question to you, to add to your question. So what you said is absolutely correct. But we also have 80% of African smallholder farmers that 90% of them are unbanked. So the primary role of Sahara Farm was to how do we get these 90% of the 80% of smallholder farmers across such a huge continent, 54 countries like Africa, how do we bring them to the credit market? So you can imagine the loss in terms of the continent's economy. Having 80% of smallholder farmers, 90% of them unbanked, and who also produce the bulk of the products, the food production of the continent. So it's such a great loss. So Sahara Farms, it's a tech-driven solution that operates on AI native, deep advanced algorithm and algorithmic blockchain has been put together to help address this issue at the sovereign grade and the institutional level.
Thank you. So looking ahead, you are opening 5 new partnership slots for the phase 2026-2027. So what kind of partners are you seeking, and what strengths or track records should they bring to the table?
Yeah, thank you again for that question, Zara. So because Sahara Farms is a macroeconomic solution, and because we believe that we need to look macro so that we can address the micro. So literally Sahara Farm is like there's a huge field of aggregated micro to make it macro. So what I mean by this is that, so our solution involves the engagement of the entire agricultural value chain, including the major stakeholders in the agricultural sector, the entire value chain. So in the major stakeholders, you have governments. Governments control jurisdictions. They are in charge of policies, of agricultural policies, economic policies, and most importantly, they have the capacity to provide large-scale, large farmlands, and on the long term, and providing all the guarantees. And then we also have institutional investors that are all over the world, all around the world, and that have liquidity, so much liquidity available, that is only waiting for investment-ready opportunity to invest and to deploy that capital. So, and then you have the farmers who are the main stars, who are actually because without the farmers, there's no agriculture and there's no good food for you and I. And then we now bring all this under that same unified platform where, and literally what we provide is transparency, traceability across the entire value chain, from planting the seed to harvesting the seed, engaging the agri-logistic, and then from the agri-logistic to engaging the national, regional, international off-takers, and then the investors, of course, through an entire unified ecosystem that works and that provides transparency for all the stakeholders.
Are there like examples of countries in Africa that you have worked with so far?
Sorry, I beg your pardon?
Examples of countries that you have worked with so far?
At the moment,
Results
like I said earlier, it's a very deep tech solutions that engages high-level institutions like government and institutional finance, and these are very large institutions that takes time to deploy. So currently, we are discussing with 3 global DFI, development finance institutions,
Yes.
and there are 3 major ones around the world, including some of them that are big names in Africa. So we are discussing on a pilot project in 2-3 countries in Africa at the moment. We should be able to finalize that agreement in the coming months, and then we'll start the deployment. Then deployment means us deploying the technology, all the sovereign grade connectivities across the countries that the development finance institution would have chosen for the pilot project. And there's certain information I cannot disclose here, but you know what I mean. So, and then they will choose those countries, then we will start the deployment of the technology and also the deployment of the capital, and also the working hand in hand with the government to bring together, to build the ecosystem, the agri-logistic ecosystem. So you need to bring all this agri-value chain together so that the project would be effective. So literally the deployment phase with all the stakeholders can take about between 6 to 18 months to put in place.
Indeed, thank you. So this fair, the IATF 2025, is a high visibility platform.
Absolutely.
Backed by the Afrexim Bank and the AFCFTA. How do you plan to leverage IATF 2025 to advance your platform, Sahara Farm's mission, and build new opportunities?
Oh, thank you for that question again. But please, if you allow me, I would like to first of all commend Afrexim Bank for all its impact across Africa. And I think I can say this from a vantage position because this is not my first IATF. So this is I participated as official exhibitor in IATF in Durban. So I see how this wonderful idea has been implemented from the start and how it's been growing and how it's bringing together not just the continent, not just the intra-African trade, but the entire world to engage with Africa and African to engage with Africa. So to answer your question, what we just expect to achieve here at the IATF is to fast track our engagement with more DFIs, because our solution is, like I said, is institutional grade and the sovereign grade, which means there are not many institutions, there are not like tens of thousands of institutions out there around the world that we can work with. But we just want to engage with more DFIs and be able to de-risk their agricultural investment portfolio across the entire continent. Of course, we're going to start with a couple of countries, and the pilot project that we're about to finalize right now with one of the major DFIs in the world and in Africa, it's already a very great stepping stone for us.
How is it going so far?
Sorry?
How is it going so far?
Oh, absolutely great. Absolutely great. It's been 7 months of discussion back to back, follow-up discussion. We're looking at all the aspects of the deployment. So it's because it's institutional grade, so it takes time to structure those kind of deals and put them in place. So far, so good, like literally so good. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. And I would like finally to have a word on the host country of the IATF 2025, Algeria. So how do you assess the organization of this 4th edition of the IATF? And how is Algeria as a host ensuring the smooth running of the fair?
Yeah, I know you asked for a word, Would you allow me to say 3?
Sorry?
Can I say 3 words?
Yeah, of course.
I know you
take your
asked
time.
you asked for 1 word, so
Yes.
if you allow me to say 3 words, I would say amazing, amazing, and just amazing. Yeah, I mean, it's been fantastic from the moment we landed to the airport. And then everything, the organization was great. They picked us up from the airport with my team, took us to the hotel. It's been fantastic so far, and it's really a privilege to be here. I'm
you-
enjoying Algeria.
Thank you. So your stand is here at the exhibition center. Have you been attracting some investors so far, like from yesterday till today afternoon?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a great deal of interest because when it comes to agricultural sector and even across any sector, de-risking large-scale investment is the key. It's key to mobilize investors and to get investors' final decision. So it's all about de-risking. And the response, the feedback, it's incredible. It's incredibly amazing. And because we are not also so many doing that, because it's very, very complex infrastructure to put in place to de-risk institutional agricultural investment. And you know, agriculture in its sense is already a high-risk sector that is exposed to all sort of hazard, climate hazard,
Yes.
all sort of hazard. We can't have time to list all of them here, but you know what I mean.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Sonny Ojaga, founder of Sahara Farms. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of our first interview here in the... Thank you. Here in the International Exhibition Center. See you tomorrow. Same appointment, same time.